Hey guys, how are you doing today? Long time no talk, but today my vlog is going to be based on self-reflection. The reason why I picked this as this week's topic is because somebody last week told me to reflect on myself. And I was like, okay, I feel like I already know myself, but I don't know. That question stuck to me because self-reflection. How did I become the man that I am today? And I'm 24 years old and I can still remember my first kiss when I was 3. And it's like all the things that had happened to me throughout the years made me the man I am today. So I really wanted to reflect on my life and how I got here. I grew up with my grandparents. They raised me since I was a little baby. My parents were always there. It was just that my grandparents were my main guardians. I saw my grandparents throughout the week. I was with them every day, and then I'd see my parents on the weekends. So it's kind of like the opposite of what my friends would tell me. They would be like, "Oh, yeah, I live with my parents, and I'd see my grandparents on weekends." And I never really thought it was a weird thing because that was my norm. But a lot of my friends were like, "Why do you live with your grandparents?" And I could never give them an answer. Um, that's just how it was for me. My grandparents spoiled the heck out of me. And I feel like because of that, there was a lot of discipline that I lacked. And I can see it now because when I look back, when I was a kid, I was like, yep, I could have learned something there, but you know, I didn't. And I can't change what happened before because I didn't know that then. The only thing I can change is what I know now. My parents have been the best parents of what I know. I mean, I've seen TV parents, TV families. I've seen my aunts, my uncles with my cousins, and I feel like every family is different. But from what I knew and how I grew up, my parents were as perfect as they can be. And I never always thought that because there was points in my life where I was very angry with them. My mom is diagnosed with mental illness. I don't know if you could tell, but I have a very nice background around me, and I'm at the hospital. I'm actually here today visiting her because she's trying to get better. My dad, he hasn't always been there. Like, he has been there, but not emotionally been there. And I feel like that was something that I really needed, especially growing up. Especially him being my only male figure. And, Papa was a good role model for me, too. It's just, I do wish my dad was around. I did wish he was around. And you know what? He is now. I was angry at my mom for a long time because when she was first diagnosed with her illness, I basically had to be her parent. The roles were reversed, and I just didn't think it was fair. Um, and my dad, I was angry with him for a long time for many reasons. Just some were small, some were big, some maybe weren't even his fault. But the anger that I carried with me through these years, I soon realized that, everything that they are is me. And I can't get mad at that. And they've gone through their own struggles too. Both my parents were adopted. And I didn't even find out my dad was adopted until a few years back. But I knew my mom was since she was adopted when she was 4. And she was taken away from her own family back home in the Philippines to come here to Canada. It was supposed to be a better life for her. But could you imagine being taken away at such a young age and coming here to a place that she doesn't know? And she grew up here and she met my dad. And my dad, he was born into a family that didn't even want him. And that's when my grandfather saved him. And all these things that happened to both of them, the reason why I'm here today is because of them. because of their struggles, regardless if they knew that one day they were going to make a kid like me. But I'm here because of them. So why should I be angry with them? It almost is like an understanding of, things happen for a reason. I'm not mad at my mom anymore for having this mental illness because it's not her fault. If I have to take care of her, I'll be there. I'm not mad at my dad anymore for not being there all the time because he was an only child. Maybe he's not used to having other family members. People are always like, so why did you have kids then? Well, maybe he wanted that. But like I said, my grandparents were the ones who raised me. So my parents, they didn't have a chance to be parents. And that's not their fault either. It's not my grandparents' fault either. It's just how everything plays out in this world. And no matter what happens, I'm always going to be thankful for both of them. For both my grandparents and both my parents. They raised me, and it couldn't have been any better. My family was never the TV family. And showing compassion and empathy was very hard for us for some reason. But just because that lacked in my family, I had my aunts, my uncles, and my cousins there always reminding me how important I am, how proud they are of me, and how my mistakes, they aren't me. And I'm so thankful for them. It's crazy because when something lacks in your life, another part of it always makes up for it. Or when something goes wrong in your life, another thing will show you why it had to be that way. Everything that's happened to me has brought me here. And that's what my self-reflection is. All my mistakes, I can't change what I've done in the past. I can cry about it, I can be upset about it, and heck yeah, I've been upset about all my mistakes. I've regretted them, yes. But there was times where I beat myself up too much because I couldn't let go. And we don't deserve to feel that way. My anger counselor that I've been seeing recently, I talked to him all about my anger and the mistakes I've made. And he sees that I beat myself up. He sees that. And recently, it's been mostly about what had happened between my ex-girlfriend and I. And this is something that I talk about with my friends and my family because being honest with them has been the best release of being able to show who I am. Asking for help has been the best thing I've done for myself. And I never once tried to lie to them about what happened or how I feel. But they all seem to care about me so much, to love me no matter what, that I don't need to beat myself up. They know that I need to learn from, I know I need to learn from my mistakes, for sure. That's what I'm living to do. You live and learn. You grow. And, my mom's still growing, and she's still going to learn how to be better. And both of us having mental illnesses, we were both going to learn how to be better, how to get back up there. But back to my anger counselor, he reminds me that, it takes two to tango. And I like that a lot because it's not just a blame placed on one person. Because in a relationship, it does take two people. And I'm not here to say, well, this is her fault, that's her fault, because, you know, we all make mistakes. And at the end of the day, forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself. And anger is what got me here in the first place. But being here isn't going to make me angry anymore. I choose not to be how I used to be. And this is my self-reflection. This is how I want to see myself in the future. This is what I want to do for myself to be better. So I can look back and be like, that is how I grew. That is how I became the man I am today. This life that we live, and I'll always say it, it's a blessing. And the reason why I say that is because I have been suicidal before. The last time I was about 2 months ago. But the last time before that was in college. And the last time before that was in high school. And prior to that, I know I felt these feelings when I was a kid, but I couldn't express them because I didn't know what that was. But I know what it is today. And I know what it's like to be strong. Because I knew what it was like to be weak. And my self-reflection is that I'm going to be the best man that I can be, no matter how many people doubt me. And it doesn't matter how many people doubt me, and I say this in every vlog that I have, because it's true. I have my whole family, all my loving, caring friends that have my back, that are with me, always reminding me. But the one person that can truly convince yourself is you. And you have that power to figure that out, to find that within you, to know that you can do this. You can better yourself. You can do whatever your heart desires. And no one can stop you. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of me for all the things that I've gone through in my life, all the mistakes that I had to learn from, everything. Even if I had to relearn them again, I am proud because I got back up. I chose to get back up, and I chose to fight. And I'm proud of you guys because I know I'm not the only one out here suffering. I know that I'm not the only one hurting. And if you are watching this video, it's because you know you got through it too. We got this. Have a good one.